Hello and welcome to Elite Cadre. I'm Mike and I'm doing another unboxing. So today what we have for you is the Cygnar Gravediggers Core Expansion Set. Got some lovely photos of the painted minis on the front here. You've got your I believe they're the squad class warjacks, and all sorts of lovely troopers as well. Let's just have a look on the back to see which ones they are. So as you can see, what we get in the box, we've got Major Grant Vargas, Lieutenant Stella Barron, the Trollkin Express Sniper, Heavy Machine Gun Crew, the Blocker, which is a heavy airdrop light warjack, Skirmisher, which is another heavy airdrop light warjack, the Gun Majors, and the Gravedigger Rangers. Oh, and a Mantlet, which is a light airdrop. So there we go. That's what we've got in here. Kind of standard blurb on the back here. Like, you have to wonder, 3 6-sided dice. Who's playing War Machine with just 3 dice? Answers on a postcard, please. Okay, let's get this opened up. Aha. Get the standard 4-box layout. That should be familiar to everyone who plays War Machine at this point. So, let's take a look at what lies inside. Starting with box number 1. First of all, we have a collection of bases. And inside our first little baggie, we have a collection of what looks to be single-piece trooper models. These are a little bit soft, but that's actually probably better than the fairly brittle, lighter resin that we've seen elsewhere. It does feel, this feels like a slightly different resin to what I've seen used elsewhere. Interesting. Yes. Some nice detail on these. Tactical rock included. Like to see those. Must have been very brave with these very thin bayonet attachments that are coming out here. I think certainly in the past we've seen those be a lot thicker. Oh, this is interesting. I'm guessing that yeah, that's the ammo feed for the, well, I want to say Maxim gun, but yeah, nice little ammo feeder there. You should just make sure these are staying on camera for you, so that you can have a look as we build up everything that comes out. Get the mantlet, which is, I mean, that's a warjack shield that you just happen to have propped up on a base. Yep. Some nice little bits of detail with the battle scarring. They seem to have liked doing this a lot more on recent shields, where they actually put the battle scarring on the shield rather than you having to get a screwdriver and nick parts out. More of these guys. These are a good collection of detailed bits on them, but nothing that shouldn't be just kind of, I hate to say it, but 2 tones of brown, and you've probably got kind of most of that covered. Put an ink over it. It'll look lovely. Be slightly heavier weapons here. That's that weapon sort of makes sense. I'm not quite sure why you'd have this piece of venting here, but you kind of assume that would want to cover the barrel. Interesting. And the other part of the machine gun, well, the machine gunners. It looks to me as well as though the supports have been quickly removed, but because of the softer resin, it hasn't quite entirely worked. So there's a couple of supports to remove on these, but nothing 5 minutes with a fingernail work to get rid of. Okay, let's move on to box number 2. Just like Christmas. More bases. There's probably people out there who are like, unhappy that I'm just throwing these on the table. Having worked with a resin that was much more brittle, and these are probably all broken by now. But no, these are nicely sturdy. Another tactical rock. Gotta have those. A little bit of variation in the pose there between those two. That's quite nice. It's good. I like to see it. Ooh, even more. We've got some gun majors now. With their very tactical goggle glasses things. Ooh. Some absolutely tiny supports in here. I don't know if that's coming across on camera. But just in the armpit, some absolutely ridiculously tiny supports. No wonder those didn't clean out. Do like the new gun make models. And another of the new gun ranges. Let's make sure that's in focus for you. This one with the knife drawn. Interesting, they're using bandoliers for cartridges now. I'm going to run out of space before the end of this. Yes, very nice dynamic sculpts going on. Lots of flying coats and bits of tabard and all sorts of other things. At least you're not going to get bored painting them. And one last trooper model. They're very much what you kind of describe as what you expect from Gravediggers. Lots of pockets, pouches, belts, bandoliers, all sorts of things. Onwards to box 3. Ooh. Yeah, more bases. I'll keep those off camera so you don't have to do concern yourself with them. So, ooh, okay. Yes, these are chunkier. Crikey, that's a chunk. Some very big and nicely detailed cartridges going on there. That's yeah, good stuff. Definitely feel very different feeling to the rest of the troopers. I mean, he's just putting that troll against a warjack. I mean, they're the same level of chunk. It's I recognise this as a squad class warjack, but yeah, that's okay. So first the squad class warjacks. Again, opting for the keyed rather than magnetized versions, which, given you've only got one loadout for these, makes a lot more sense. I'm trying to work out. Oh, I see. Okay. I was wondering what these straps are for. It's like, why would you strap a boiler together? No, they're not. They're clearly the straps for the parachute, I guess. And of course, because these have to be air dropped in, all the pistons are really exposed. Oh, that's a nice touch. Yeah. Okay. Oh, liking what they've done with the aesthetic on these. Clearly, a lot of weight-saving measures have been used to, well, in-world weight-saving measures. I mean, even the gun is very, very thin. You wouldn't expect something like that to last too long in action, being fired. I'm guessing that's still a Baron with a presumably grenade launcher of some sort. Bear in mind, I haven't looked up any of the stats of these. I'm not giving any tactical tips or hints because I don't know. Okay, so onwards to the final box. Yet more bases. Anyone who's watched several of my unboxings now will know what complaint I'm going to make about those bases. Do you see on any of these models anything that would fit inside a slot on a base? We'll leave that there. Just rage-inducing every time. Okay. And onwards to our last bag. We have... Ooh, the Warcaster Vargas. He's a bit of a chunky lad himself. Definitely got a nice bit of armour. Again with a tactical rock. Ammo belts everywhere. What is this? What is... When I realise he can't have a backpack because, of course, he's got the Warcaster pack. That just looks awkward. That looks like he's going to have a curved spine. But then again, not sure that's much of a concern, given he's honking this thing around, which is that's a bit of a weapon. Again, keyed, pretty easy to dry fit. There is an alternate sculpt of this available from the Steamforged subscription on, I believe it's My Mini Factory. I don't know whether it's still available at time of recording, but it certainly was available in a slightly different pose. Finally, another squad class warjack. That same bit of strapping on it. It's interesting how all the exhaust pipes on the trencher models are very kind of, I want to say diesel coded, because they all have that bend at the top to kind of push fumes backwards. A lot of the steam pipes and the exhaust chimneys that you see in War Machine are straight piped. I think that's the first bit of bend we've got there. Nevertheless, so advice to people who do find they've got bent weapons, or because I think these are probably likely to bend, these rifles. Get some nice hot water. Dunk this in for a few seconds until it's slightly pliable. You may find that it naturally reverts to its normal shape, because the stress that's been built up in here will be released by the hot water. If it's not, push it back into what looks like a straighter shape, and then, well, hold it like that while it cools. You should find that it clears it up, no problem. Alternatively, just don't bother. Most people will never notice on a battlefield because you're looking at these models from 3 feet up and 4 feet away. So, 2 pieces of advice for you there. Oh, bit of missed an ammo belt here. I'm guessing that's for Vargas here. And then we have this final shield gun for what, let's face it, is an airdropped Vanguard. So yeah, that is the box, and hopefully this has informed you as to whether it's good for you, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one.